Good morning, everyone. Okay. I'm just going to wait for people to get online just so I can get some help with my mic check. Okay. What a beautiful morning. I'm praying that God keeps the weather for the entire day. All right. Someone's just joined me. Can you please let me know if you can hear me? I've got my mic on my t-shirt today and I'm not sure if it's pointing directly towards me or away. So if you can just leave me a comment if you've just joined to let me know if you can hear me, that would be highly appreciated. Okay. Oh, hey, Debs. Yes, I can hear you. Perfect. Thanks, Asaeli. All right. We've got a few in the house this morning. Lovely. All righty, ready. Welcome to week 3 Pilates strength workout. So today you'll be doing some lifting, all right, which promotes fat burn. I know a lot of people, there's a lot of information about how cardio assists with fat burning. You won't be able to burn as much fat in your body if you carry on doing cardio without enough muscle mass. So the muscle mass in your body is the engine of your system. And if you've got the smaller engine that you have, the lower the calories that you burn or the lower fat you burn. The more muscle mass that you have, I'm not saying bodybuilders have, you have to look like a bodybuilder in order for you to burn fat, but you need to retain as much muscle mass in your body to promote fat loss if that's your main goal for your training program, okay? So today's session, we will be doing 27 minutes of strength. I've got 2 dumbbells here, but I've used the water bottles before and I seriously think that it is one of the most underrated piece of equipment in your house. So 2 filled up water bottles or 2 cans of food. All you need is to understand how important these weights are going to add onto your body weight for your workout, your strength workout. So we've got 27 minutes of strength and then we move into a Pilates finisher. So it's about 15 to 20 minutes of the Pilates. This is a great combination of exercises to help you understand just how important your muscles are, your joints are to help your muscles work better, okay? So in today's class, I've got 2 dumbbells here. Like I mentioned, you can use your water bottles or your cans of food. We are going to be working with triceps to begin with. So let me just quickly go over the tricep format before we get into our warm-up. The triceps, we have 50 seconds of work, 40 seconds of work for another exercise, and then 30 seconds of work. So I've structured these exercises so they complement each other, but really allowing the body to fatigue in different muscle groups. So the 3 exercises are similar. We start, for example, the first tricep is a squat. We're going to be following a 3-second tempo. If you've done my workout from week 1, you understand how important the tempo is in our workouts. So we'll be working with tempo for the 50-second set. Then you get 20 seconds to recover, allow your muscles to recover before you go into your 40-second exercise. This is where I'm going to combine a compound with an isolated exercise. For example, we're doing a squat with a press and moving a little bit faster than your 50-second interval. Then your final exercise is a 30-second isometric hold. So this is where you're going to be stressing the muscle by holding and allowing the body to stay rigid throughout the entire 30 seconds, okay? So for the squat hold, we are holding that position for the entire 30 seconds. If you have a wall, perfect. You're going to be doing a wall sit for that. So that's an example of our first triceps. In between each exercise, you have 20 seconds of recovery, and we're doing 2 sets of each tricep before we move to the next. 4 triceps altogether, okay? Too much information right now. Don't worry about it. I'll get to it in the during the workout. So we start off with our warm-up. Let me just quickly check how many lovely people we have online. That's 3. So we've got Debs, we've got Bianca, I think, we've got Tasha, we've got Asaeli. So I can scream out your name when the burn is real, okay? And then that way you understand how important it is to stay engaged throughout the entire exercise. So we start our warm-up here. I like to begin with my feet directly, wider than my hips. My toes are pointing slightly away from the center of my body. And I'm going to dip my elbow inside my left knee, and I'm going to push my shoulder towards the mat. And you'll feel a release of tightness in your lower back, almost towards the thoracic, the mid back. So watching this from the side, I push my elbow into my right and I'm turning and rotating, pushing into that thigh so that I can allow my muscles and my joints around my hips and spine to stretch. Amazing. So just allowing that little tilt and dip in the hips, side to side. Amazing. All right. Now, our next one, you are going to walk your hands, all right, out onto the mat. Now with this one, bring your feet as wide as you'd like, whatever is most comfortable for your hips, as long as you're not leaning up towards the front of your foot, okay? You want to keep the weight of your entire body. You want to keep the weight of your entire body on your entire foot, okay? So foot planted into the mat, your fingertips underneath your toes, and you're just going to drop your hip as low as it can go with your elbows inside your knees. Then you raise the hip up nice and bent in the knee here, soft in the knees. You're feeling this in your hamstrings and your bum, just warming up the inner thighs as well, and all the muscles surrounding your hip girdle. I don't know if you know this, but I could never do a proper squat with my hips parallel or below parallel to my knees before my last child. Then I think the relaxing in my body, this hormone that releases into your body when you're pregnant, it helps so much with allowing a lot of movement and stability, movement and mobility through my hip girdle. And then after that, I could squat that low with proper form. Otherwise, it was just hovering off below, parallel to the knees. Our next one, you're going to stand at the top of your mat, crawl your hands away from your feet. And then from here, you're going to pike the hip up and tap your toe. Be a little bit soft in the knees and try to keep your hips high as you're tapping your toes. Reaching down and tapping your toe. Amazing. If you want, what you can do is get in on your knees here. And as you raise the hip, you're going to tap your shin, then bring it back down onto your knees if that's too much on your wrists. And up. The point of this exercise is to try and bring the heel down towards the mat as you're piking the hips, keeping that knee nice and soft. And 3 more like this. 2 and 1. All right, bringing your right foot outside your right hand. You're going to reach up nice and tall. If you want, drop that left knee to the floor. You're going to raise that right hand up towards the ceiling and bringing your right elbow down towards your ankle. If this is as far as you can go, that's fine, okay? The point and the idea of this exercise is to get into your hip flexors and really stretch out the muscles around your hips. Reaching up nice and tall. I should probably take my necklace off and bringing that elbow down. Amazing work, guys. We go for 1 more like this before we swap sides. All right, hands back down. Tuck that toe of the left foot. Bring that leg back and we switch over. Left foot, outside right hand. As I mentioned earlier, if you'd like to drop that back knee, that's absolutely fine. We reach up nice and tall with that left hand. Bringing the elbow down towards the inside of your ankle, and then you bring it back up. We go for 3 more like this. And 2. And 1. Lovely. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders. We're going to bring our feet a little bit closer, bending the knees, and now we paddle out those heels. Paddling the heels, and you should feel a really good stretch in the back of your ankles up towards the calves. All right, fantastic. We start with some shoulder mobility. Oh, I know I'm going to feel really, really hot in this t-shirt. I don't know what I was thinking, but here we are. All right, let's start with the right arm, rotating back, thumb forward, pinky back. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it forward. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's switch over to the other side. Pinky back, thumb forward. 3, 4, and 5. Let's move back. 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, just a few neck rotations here. There's an interesting muscle called the sternocleidomastoid. And I feel like a lot of injuries But a lot of discomfort around the neck comes from not warming that muscle up around the neck towards the traps. So rotating forward and then rotating back, anti-clockwise and clockwise. Be mindful of this movement. Do not force it. Just move in and chill in there for a little bit. Yes and no. And we are done with our warm-up. Let's get this party started. I'm so excited. I love strength. Love, love, love anything to do with lifting, anything to do with pushing the body, and you should too, because as we get older, I kid you not, the risk of injuries increases every single time you fall and hurt yourself. Bone density, muscle mass, this is what's going to protect you. So when it comes to choosing which workouts you should prioritize, number one, strength, and number two, Pilates. Cardio will come anywhere. We walk everywhere. We move. We're constantly working our lungs and our heart. It's time that we understand that is there always. We need to prioritize the other two to protect ourselves and to keep us and purposely for longevity. Shall we do this? We are on in 3 minutes. I've got my timer on here so you can see as well how much time we have if you're facing me on the TV. We've got squats. So just going through our first 3 exercises, okay? I'm using 2 dumbbells here, both 5 kilos. I'm gonna die. I bring the weight up. So with this, the technique to allow your lower body to work more efficiently is keeping the elbows out towards the front, never the elbows out towards the side, okay? That's a whole different exercise. What we're trying to do here is working the glutes, but also being biased to the quads. So from this position, you're resting just the top of your bell or your bottle on your shoulders. I bring my feet slightly wider than my hips. I drop my hips first and bring in my hip parallel to my knees. I push straight up using my entire foot. That's my first exercise. And we're going to go for a lovely 3-second tempo to the bottom, 1 second to the top. And during this entire exercise, I want you to focus on your breathing. You're going to take a deep breath in at the top, hold the breath, all right, like so. And then as you're coming up, just an exhale through the tongue and the top of your mouth. Okay, so hold the breath. This is called biomechanical breathing, and we're going to practice it today. This is the best way to protect your spine and keeping that rigidity throughout the entire trunk. So watching me again, I'm going to go for a deep breath in and up. So while you're holding that breath, imagine someone's trying to punch you in the stomach. You've got a lovely barrel around your tummy, and you're trying not to let anything get in or get out to protect your spine. As you're standing up, you exhale for a little at the top, okay? Our next exercise, we won't be using the biomechanical breath, but we will be breathing through each movement. You're gonna go for a deep breath in, and as you exhale, you're going to bring the dumbbell up and over your head. That is the squat and press. And our lucky last exercise, optional to use your weight. We're going to stay in that squat for 30 seconds, okay? Holy moly, we can do this. All right, let's get this party started. I'm gonna give you 10 seconds so you can grab your dumbbells, your water bottles, and your can of food, standing up nice and tall. I want you to rest those weights on your shoulders with your elbows facing directly to the front, okay? Facing me. We're on in 3 and 2 and 1. Let's go for a deep breath in. At the top, nice work. And again. Nice work. That 3 seconds to the bottom. Looking good. Nice. "15 seconds. Final one. Nice work. All right, you've got 20 seconds of recovery here. We're going to go for our squat and press. Fantastic work with that biomechanical breathing. You'll feel a huge difference, feeling that stability through the entire trunk when you've got that breath held in and you're ready to go for your next rep. Okay, we've got our squat and press. 3, 2, let's go. Breathing in. Exhale to the top. Following my tempo, if not, taking a little bit slower if you'd like. I want you, rather than using just the shoulders to lift the weights up over the head, use that momentum from the legs. So the legs are already giving you a boost at the bottom of the squat. We've got 10 seconds. And one. Oh boy. All right, for our next one, we've got the squat hold. Oh my gosh, thank God for that 20-second rest. Now, dumbbells are resting on the shoulder or dumbbells in front of you. Whatever helps you stay in the squat, you can drop the dumbbells all together. We are holding this squat. Let's go. 30 seconds. Deep breath through the nose and out through the mouth. Keep that butt wide awake. 15 down, 15 to go. You got this. Come on. Stay with me. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. We've done one set of this tricep. The good thing is there's only 2 sets of the triceps, okay? Oh, catch your breath. Oh my goodness. 1 set of that tricep done. How are you all feeling? Okay. Again, we're going to start with that biomechanical breathing. If you can, please, please, please hold that breath. Take that deep breath in. Hold the breath. Keep it nice and strong, rigid here in the spine, in the trunk. And then we exhale at the top. Ready? Let's go. Come on, we've got this. Halfway through this set. Nice work. 9 seconds. Last one. Oh my goodness. All right. We have got our squat and press coming up. Wow, wow, wow. Here is where you're breathing on the way down, exhaling on the way up. You're not holding the breath, okay? It's a more functional exercise, okay? All right, let's do this. Squatting down, pressing up. Remember, you can use that momentum from the legs, so don't hold that squat too low where you're going with your bum almost touching the ground. I want you to keep it just there or slightly above parallel to the knees. So you're using the force and momentum from the legs. We've got 20 seconds to go. Holy moly. Almost there. Stay with me. Try not to arch the back. Keep it nice and neutral. Okay. We have got the squat hold coming up. Squat, isometric hold. We've got 10 seconds. I am loving this format. We've got 4 and 3 and 2. Let's hold that squat. I'm not going to look at the time, and I'm just going to wait it out here and hope for the best. Elbows facing up. Don't face the elbows down. That's only going to pull you down towards the floor. Keep that chest upright. Stay with me. Deep breaths. Entire foot planted into the ground. Tuck that tailbone in. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my gosh. Holy moly. 1 tricep done. That was only 6 minutes, including your rest. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. We now get into The next tricep, we've got deadlifts, then deadlift with a courtesy lunge, and then we've got a courtesy pulse. We're going to do 15 seconds on each side for that. Sorry, not a pulse, courtesy hold. Courtesy hold. Now, the exercises. We're going in for our deadlift. And again, that biomechanical breathing. Feet are on train tracks. I want you to imagine you're tearing a piece of paper with the soles of your feet. So my feet are flat, and then I'm imagining I'm pulling my feet away. That's going to activate your glutes. Once you're there, following me, we're going to go shoulders back and down. Imagine you're squeezing a card with your armpits. Nice deep breath in, soften the knees. Deep breath in. Exhale to the top. 3 seconds down. Keep the weight as close to your knees and your shins as possible. Your back is nice and neutral. Woo. 3 seconds to the bottom. Keep pulling those shoulder blades back and down. Last one. Nice work. Oh my goodness. Okay. Rather than doing the courtesy, I think we've worked our glutes with that. I'm going to change it up. We're going to go for a deadlift and bicep curl, okay? So we get into our deadlift, neutral at the spine. Push your bum as far back as possible. As you're standing up, dig your elbows into your side. You're going to curl the dumbbells up towards your face. Bringing it straight back down. A nice deep deadlift here, an RDL with your bicep curl. So push your butt back as far back as possible. Neutral at the spine, neck all the way down to the tailbone. And look into the horizon as you're standing up nice and tall. As the hips hinge, the body comes parallel to the floor. As I'm standing up, I'm curling up towards my chest. The reason why you tend to hurt your lower back a lot during the deadlifts is because you start to arch through the spine. Sorry, you start to bend through the spine. You want to keep it nice and neutral. Okay? Your back should not look like it is caved out towards the ceiling. Our next one. We are going to hold the bicep curl position and holding it right there. Okay? So palms up to the ceiling. We're going to hold that position right there. Okay? 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Holding it out. I want you to dig your elbows into the side of your stomach, your belly, right up against the forearm, the top of your arm right up against your ribs. And palms up towards the ceiling. If you're holding those dumbbells, palms are open. Thumb holding that dumbbell in place from the side. We've got 10 more seconds here. And 7. Come on. Keep those arms parallel to the floor. 3, 2, and 1. Oh boy. We have got a 40-second recovery here. Wow, wow, wow. And again, the deadlifts, okay? So just going through the technique with the deadlifts. If you're holding those the can of food or the bottle, back and down, shoulders back and down. So shoulders aren't coming up. Once you keep the shoulder blades squeezing together, you'll maintain that neutral spine. So it's that movement, okay? With your arms out in front of your legs. Neutral spine, your knees are not locked out. Knees are bent. Push your butt as far back as possible to allow that mobility through the knees. We are back on in 5. Grab your dumbbells. Biomechanical breath. Keep that rigidity in the spine. One more. Come on, you got this. Oh boy. Okay. We've got deadlift with the bicep curl coming up. And again, please, please, please Don't lock your knees. Keep it slightly bent and push your bum. You've got a wall behind you. Imagine you trying to bring your butt to that wall. And that's how much you're hinging at the hips, okay? So we go for our deadlift with our bicep curl. Down into that deadlift. Pulling up through that curl. One breath for each movement. Push that butt as far back as possible. Amazing work. We've got 15 seconds here. Three and two and one. Okay, we've got our bicep hold. So the palms facing up to the ceiling or to the sky with your thumb holding the bell in place. And we're going to keep that dumbbell where it is for the entire 30-second, okay? Palms up. Tuck that arm into your rib cage and hold that position. If you're not feeling anything, let's go 45 degrees from your thigh. Hold that position. Otherwise, bring it up parallel to the floor with that forearm. We've got 5 and 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Okay, our next one. We've got push-ups. Okay, so normal push-ups. If you have any injuries around the wrist, the dumbbells or the weights, your cans of food are actually they're great pieces of equipment to help protect your wrist. So you've got a nice vertical wrist and your knuckles are facing the floor. If you want, you can rest the heels of your hands lightly on the dumbbell. All right, raising the knees or on the knees. You're going to go for a 3-second to the bottom. So deep breath in. On the way up, okay? So locking the shoulders back and down as you're bringing your chest down towards the floor. And then the next exercise, we're going to go for a push-up with a row, okay? If you've got the cans of food, you can use it like so. Otherwise, with the bottles, you go for a lovely push-up. You grab the bottle, you row, okay? Let's start with the push-ups. We've got a 3-second bottom drop. Nice work. 3 seconds to the bottom. Nice work. Whew. $15 seconds. Last one. Oh boy. Okay. Next up, we've got the push-ups with the row, okay? So this one, you're moving a little bit faster, and each movement, you're using one breath. So you drop with a deep breath in, you exhale with the out, you pull with the inhale, and you exhale with the drop of the dumbbell. Let's go. Push-up plus row. We go down, we bring it up, we pull, we release. Down, bring it up, pull, release. Try not to move the hips too much. Keep it nice and strong and rigid through the spine. If you want, do these off the knees, pull to the side of your rib cage with that elbow. And as you're getting into the push-up, I want you to bring your chest and your hip towards the mat. Not just your chest with your bum sticking out. Doesn't do anything but hurt your triceps, okay? So keep it nice and tucked in. Elbows to your back pocket. Last one. Whew. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry to have to do this to you, but we're holding that push-up position. So at the bottom of your push-up is where we're holding. If you want, just drop the chest a little bit lower every 10 seconds. Okay, so you drop 10 seconds, drop again, the last 10 seconds, hold that position hovering off the floor. Okay. Otherwise, a straight arm plank or a forearm plank. Okay, so you can do these, hold that position, or just the plank. Pull that belly button to the spine. Otherwise, we're holding that hovering push-up position. Hold it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Wow, wow, wow. For anyone, not just men, not just women, but men also struggle with the push-up. And this is what I try to educate my members about. For any strength exercise, you build strength on the eccentric phase. So it's not actually the push-up where you gain strength, like the pushing away from the floor. You build strength on the way down. So if you can slowly move and control that movement, that's where your muscles start to tear, good muscle tear, and build back stronger, more dense muscle. So keep that in mind. We're going in for our push-up. Biomechanical breath. Deep breath in. Nice work. Amazing. You're doing amazing. We're halfway there. Incredible work. Almost there. Last one. Oh my goodness. Oh, that tempo is a killer. Okay. We now move into a push-up with the row. If you'd like, you can forget about the push-ups altogether and bring your elbows to your back pocket. Keep the arms close to your body, not fraying away, okay? Keep the elbow close to your body. Let's go. Otherwise, you're doing the push-up with that row. Off the knees or off the feet. Whatever works for you here. Halfway through. Keep that tailbone tucked in. 8 seconds to go. And 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Straight arm plank, forearm plank, or a push-up hold. Oh my gosh. This is by far the hardest tricep, I have to admit. Any woman will understand. The chest is so hard to train. It seems like the toughest one to get stronger at. We're holding that position. So you have a couple of options here. Hold that straight arm plank. Let's go. Or hold the forearm plank. You choose, off the knees or off the feet. Otherwise, advancing this a little bit into that push-up hold. Holding it here. Elbows to the side of the rib cage. Chest hovering off the floor. You've got 5 seconds. Stay with me. 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Thank God. Thank God for our rest interval. Oh, and I was being generous with the time we spend in our rest because I know how tough the 50-second strength exercise is. It's underrated that you should get enough recoveries. So a lot of people don't think about this. There's strength endurance, there's muscular endurance, there's muscular strength. And the 50 seconds, the way I've structured this, the programming is meant to build muscle, build strength, and then promote muscular endurance so your body works for a longer period of time. Okay, so with this next one, we've got hip bridges, so normal hip bridges, and then you've got a hip bridge chest press with your dumbbells, and then you are going to hold the hip bridge. Your dumbbells come to your hip, and you're going to hold that position, okay? So when you're ready, I want you to lie on your back like I am right now. I'm going to get into my position. Got 10-second hold in there. Lying on your back. Bring your dumbbell right where your bony part of your hip is. Rest the top heads of your dumbbell. If you've got the cans of food, exact technique that I'm using right now, or the bottles. Once you're here, you're going to keep the heels of your hands, keeping the dumbbells in place. I take a deep breath in. Bringing it back down. Okay, so take a deep breath in, and as you raise to the top, you exhale gently. Back down. Nice work. Take a deep breath in. Nice work. Let's try to bring it up a little bit faster, slowing it all the way down. You want to feel the weight of the dumbbells a little more. Hold it like I am right now. Keep it directly above that hip, so the weight is felt throughout the entire glute. Slow and control down. Shoulders away from the ears. Pushing up. Nice work. All right, our next one. We raise the hips. We do a chest press, okay? So bum and elbows, okay? Just the technique here. Elbows are out to the side of your rib cage about 45 degrees, not 90 from the shoulder. So tuck that elbow in, forearms there. You're gonna go in, knuckles to the ceiling, okay? Nice vertical wrist. Raise and press. Bring it back down. I want you to tuck that tailbone in so your glutes are working here while you're protecting your lower back. In line with the face, and then 45 degrees from your sides. Knuckles to the ceiling. We've got 15 seconds to go here. And 10. Keep going until you hear that beep. All right. Oh my goodness. We are going for a hip bridge hold. We're going to hold that bridge at the very top, and you're going to squeeze the glutes while you're up there and dig the entire foot, both feet, into the mat. So you're not coming up onto your toes. Let's go. 3, 2, hold that position. Keep the bells there. Keeping that spine nice and neutral. Shoulders drop away from the ear. We're here for another 15 seconds. Squeeze in that glute. If you want, add a few pulses, but otherwise stay in that hip bridge position. Yay! Squeeze in the butt. Pushing into the feet. And release. Okay. Final 3 minutes. 50 seconds of slow controlled movement on the way down from that hip bridge. 40 seconds of the hip bridge plus the chest press. And then the lucky last one. We are going to hold the hip bridge up there. 20 seconds to go. Oh boy. The sweat is real. Real. Okay, getting ready. We've got 10 seconds. Again, you can hold the dumbbells to the side of that hip bone. Keeping it right there. 3, 2, and 1. Bringing your feet in. Push and lift. And 3 seconds to drop. Up really fast. And 3 seconds to drop. Keep that tailbone tucked in. Ooh. Nice 3-second drop. Keep the bum hovering off the floor. Oh boy. Nice work, team. We've got 15 seconds to go. And up. Keep that bum high. Do not let it rest on the floor. As soon as your butt touches and taps the floor, you're back up into your next rep. Oh, okay. So the next one, you have the option to throw in the chest press, or I'm going to go for faster hip bridges here. So I'm going to give my butt a really good burn here. You have the choice to go with the chest press like we did earlier, but otherwise, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for faster repetitions for 40 seconds. So I get a really great burn here. And then the last 30 seconds, I'm going to hold. So faster repetitions here. And I'm tucking my tailbone in to allow my lower back to touch the mat before my butt does. Oh boy. 15 to go. Yikes. Oh my goodness. Get ready for it. The next 30 seconds, we are going to hold at the top of this hip bridge, okay? Oh, wow. Get ready. We've got 8 seconds. And 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Raise that hip up. And we're going to hold that position. Bring your feet a little bit closer to your bum if you feel this in your hamstrings. You should be feeling this throughout the entire glute and hamstring part of the posterior chain, okay? So holding that position up. Squeeze in through the floor with your feet pushed into the mat. Your butt tucked in, tailbone tucked in. Pulling that pelvic bone up towards the sternum. And drop. Woo! Wow. Oh my gosh, hugging that knee up towards your chest. We are done. Congratulations with the segment, the strength segment. Oh my goodness. I didn't think I would survive that. And quick time check here before we start our Pilates. Perfect. We've got about 15 minutes of Pilates. Each position working at least 5 minutes. I'm going to remove my shoes for this next one. Oh boy. So take your shoes off if you are wearing shoes. I like to wear my shoes only for strength and cardio if I'm doing that. I'm quickly going to remove my shoes now. Wow, that was lovely. So the Pilates is going to be on fire because the body is already nice and warm. And most of the muscles are activated from your strength lifting. I feel like a lot of people should also know this, that not only do you burn the most fat during your strength sessions, but strength sessions really work the abs a lot harder than you think. Okay, so keeping that rigidity in your spine and holding the breath and practicing biomechanical breathing is actually tensing and working the abdominals a lot more than you think. All right, I'm just going to open this up so we can keep some time check here. We're at 10:12 now. Our first sequence, we are going to be sitting down. All right, sitting on our butts. Oh my goodness. Now, what I'd like you to do here is we are going to start with our C curves, okay? C curve, you look like a C. Your entire body looks like a C. So feet flat, knees bent, and you have your hands out to the front. Shoulders drop away from the ear. You take a deep breath in at the top. You exhale as you round the back. Deep breath. And round the back. Nice work. We go for 3 more like this. Nice and slow, controlled movement. And I want you to push the lower back and the entire spine out towards your mat. Now this next one, you're going to come up onto your heel and you're going to move a little bit lower. And coming up, I want you to tuck that tailbone when you feel like you're about to touch the mat, okay? So on that heel, deep breath in. Nice one. We go for 2 more like this. And 1. On our next one, you come down. Hold that position. And we're going to pulse here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I want you to come all the way down onto your forearms. Your fingertips are facing the front of the room. You are going to bring your heels a little bit closer to your butt. Now, from here, you're going to flip it over. So your heels are now going to raise off the mat as you point your toe. You can keep it on the front ball of your feet as well. Now with this one, chin away from the chest. You've got your ears away from your shoulders. Unclench your jaw. You're going to bring your knee, alternating knee raises here, up towards your chest. Exhale on the way up. Inhale on the way down. Nice work. Keep going with these movements. Keeping it on the front balls of your feet. So you're raising that heel and providing the lower abs with a little bit more of a challenge. Now we're going for 4 more like this. And 3. And 2. Last one here. All right. Bringing your big toes together. We are going to pull through the lower abs. Bring both your knees up and back down. Tap and lift. Knee to the chin. If you want, you can lie all the way down for this one. If it's too much for your body, line all the way down and then just tapping the 2 toes on the mat as you raise back up. Nice and slow and controlled here. Otherwise, we're off that forearm. Let's come up and back down, nice and slow. We go for 3 more like this. Last 2. Last 1. Let's hold at the top like so. We're just going to straighten the leg and bend the leg. And as I said earlier, as I mentioned earlier, you can most definitely come onto the lying position or keep a ball or a cushion behind your lower back. Straighten the leg, bend the leg. Straighten the leg, bend the leg. All right, nice work. We go for 3 more like this. And 2. Last 1. We hold that position. Now the next one here, we are going to windshield wipe to the side, tap the toe, bring it straight back up, over to the other side. As it drops to the left, you're pulling with your right oblique. And vice versa, as it drops to the right, you pull with your left oblique. You can definitely do these lying on your back as well with that technique I showed you earlier. And you can also straighten the legs out, windshield wipe across, pull with the opposite oblique, and drop. We go for 4 more like this. And 3. And 2. Last 1. Over to the left or to the right. Oh my goodness. Let's lie on our right side. Oh my goodness. Okay. We're lying on our right now. We are going to start our next sequence. Side kneeling sequence. Okay. Now, ouch. I have a freaking cut on my thumb from the crab last night, cleaning the crab. And it hurts. Okay, for our next sequence, now that we're on our right side, okay, I want you to come up into a mermaid position and folding your right leg to the front. So the right shin is parallel to your mat, okay? And your left foot is leaning back or folded back, whatever is most comfortable, that position with your left side. Now with this next one, we're just going to stretch out your obliques and bring in your right forearm down, okay? Just a few little stretches here before we start in our side plank series. Last one on each side. All right. Now we hold this position. Your left arm up over your ear, over your head. Right forearm is on the floor. From here, keeping the chest out towards towards me. You're going to slowly rotate, face the mat, and then open the chest back up. Okay, let's go for 5 of these. And 3. And 2. Last one. Do you think it's going to be thunder and lightning this weekend? Tell me what you think the weather's going to be. I checked and it was going to have lots of thunder. We were going to have lots of thunder in Nandi. I was thinking of going to Nandi. All right. We've done that side. All I want you to do from here now is come up onto your forearm, right forearm. Okay, with this next one, we're going to go for a climb plus lift, okay? Toes stay together. You open up the hip, keep that hip nice and soft, and you're going to thrust your hips forward. Bring it down. Nice work. Pushing through the elbow, ears away from the shoulders, and as you lift, you're squeezing that oblique, but also on that left glute. And up. I have to remind you that few of you have messaged me about how your right side's always engaged and your left side, you can't feel it much. That's why I've got you lying on your right and we work your left side first. If you're right hand dominant, if you're left hand dominant, please lie on your left first so that your right wakes up and you're able to feel that muscle working harder. Because once the right side is dominant and it starts working first, it's more likely to work for the rest of the workout. We are going for 3 more like this. And 2. Lifting that left leg. And last one. Okay. We hold here. Let's straighten that top leg. Left leg straightens. Bring the knee up towards your chest. Straightening it out. Bring it up to your chest. If this is too much, staying on the mat and just bringing the knee up towards your chest as you're straightening that leg back. And bring it up towards the chest. Raise that foot. Keep the knee nice and high. And 3. And 2. Last one. Hold that leg. We drop and pulse for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Hug that shin in. Stretch out your right side. Whoo. Onto the floor. Stretch out your left. Oh my goodness. Let's flip over. Okay. Wow, wow, wow. We've got 5 more minutes on this side. This is working arms, your shoulders, your obliques, and your glutes with this one movement. Let's stay on our side, toes together. The knees are just in front of that hip. So this is parallel to your hip, about 45 degrees from your hip. And you've got your core nice and tight. We are going to lift the hip up, open up to the front, dropping straight back down. And up. Let's bring it in. Squeeze in both glutes, raising that right side. Let's go for 5 more like this. You got this. Stay with me. And 4. Push the hips out. 3. And 2. Last one. All right, we're going to hold here. We straighten the top leg. We bring the knee in. We straighten back out to the front, to the side. Woo! And 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Hold there. Down and up for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh my goodness. Both glutes, the one that's stabilizing and the one that's working, are both on fire. Stretch it out. Oh, lovely. And that is it. We could get through 2 sequences, well, 3 sequences, 1 on each side, and the seated position, 5 minutes each. Wow. We are done and done, team. Oh, what an epic way to start your Wednesday. Right here, pushing your limit and just sweating for yourself. I swear, if there's anything that reminds me of how amazing I am, it's a good workout. Not only does it remind me of my strength, resilience, it just reminds me of how well I can push through pain. And at the end of the workout, Again, a great reminder. It's like after a rainy day and you've got that beautiful rainbow. That's exactly how I feel after a workout. I'm going through it. I'm sweating my head off. It's hurting. I have to constantly remind myself that the end is coming. This is only temporary. It's going to feel great. And then that rainbow at the end of the workout, it's just like what else or how else can you remind yourself of how freaking amazing you are? No one has to tell you that. Don't rely on anybody to feel that feeling. It's you, it's your workout. Whatever your goals are, try to keep that, perception that this moment right here, this hour that you get to do with me for yourself, you're doing it with me for yourself, is something no one else can give you. So the truth of the world is happiness comes from within, okay? Whether it's your relationship, your family, whatever, it all starts from us, our center, our core, and being great humans, okay? So that's one thing I loved about working in Melbourne was I'm a brown-skinned woman in a white-dominated area. And when I started, no one had any respect for me. And then I trained them to understand how to be a fucking awesome human. Sorry about that. And it was just like, I didn't have to ask them for respect and love and support. It came almost automatically because I taught and I coached from the depths of my heart because of what I loved and what I was so passionate about, that it just easily came out to them and touched them in such a way. So by the end of my tenure in Melbourne, before moving here, it was the biggest blessing seeing people that I just loved and grew to love and respected so much just show up. It was like 80 people almost for a gathering like that. Never done before. Just to show you that, regardless of what's happening around you and what's happening in your life right now, if you just focus on yourself a couple of minutes a day, you will, find that happiness. So that's my 2 cents. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Thanks for spending this hour with me, and have the best day. Bye.